Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the What Are We Doing podcast. My name is Levi McCurdy, and this is episode 206. Can you believe it? This is where we're at. Listen, we're not on the couch. We're not depressed this week. We're a little depressed, but not as much as we were last week, so we're basically back, babes, okay? We've got the invasion of the aliens behind us once again. And so last week, a bit of a personal update, kind of a big deal. But last week I had the chance, the opportunity to help out a friend, my neighbor. She runs events for the American Breast Cancer Society. So all of the efforts and things that she does and money she raises goes just towards the research and getting people to and from their appointments and hotel stays when they have to go away for chemo and treatments when it comes to women having breast cancer. So of course, naturally, we support the efforts over there. So we helped her out, DJ a little throwback prom last weekend. And so one of the main sponsors of that event was this local beauty bar. And so they had some of their friends there. And if you donated $50 to the cause, the breast cancer, the society, the whole thing that this is all about, you could get a piercing. You want to get your ear pierced, you want to get your nose pierced, you could get a piercing. So my friend Chelsea, she got her nose pierced. I mean, good for her. It was fantastic. And Megs, my wife, has been begging me, oh my God, it would be so hot. Oh my God, it would be so hot if you just got your nose pierced. So I said, hey, I'm at this event, you know what I mean? We're all having a good time. It's a throwback prom. There's a live band. There's a live DJ. I mean, what better of an atmosphere? It's for a cause, you know what I mean? I'm not just going and giving, my $50 to just a piercing place or Claire's in the mall. You know what I mean? The money went towards a good cause. So I got my nose pierced finally. Megs loves it. And it was for a good cause. Basically, what we've heard since then, it's been about a week now, but since that event, my $50 donation has basically single-handedly leaped us 10 years forward in research when it comes to breast cancer. So you're welcome.
What are we doing?
I'm just saying, I got my nose pierced. It's for a good cause. We're having fun. It's a great time. And at the end of the day, we support our friends and their efforts and, you know what I mean? And those who are unfortunately affected by this this cancer. And so with other news related to that this week, we've got a doozy. I mean, this is what? Is this breaking? I think we might be the only show, the only station, the only podcast, the only influencer on your timeline this week talking about this story. We're breaking it here first. Do. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you've heard the news, but Taylor Swift has been arrested, dude.
What are we doing?
Taylor Swift is now in custody. Listen to this.
Joining us, Taylor Swift has been arrested on weapons charges tonight after federal agents raided the singer's tour bus. Swift was taken into custody following a tense standoff with authorities in which the pop star reportedly brandished a semi-automatic submachine gun.
Tay-Tay's packing heat, dude.
Tour bus bathroom. Once subdued, officers from the DEA, DHS, and FBI entered the bus to find a large arsenal of assault rifles, handguns, and explosives, as well as large quantities of crack cocaine, methamphetamines, and fentanyl. Known as Tay-Tay on the street, Swift had allegedly been stockpiling weapons in self-defense of her long list of enemies.
Look at this. Trafficking firearms, possession and distribution of controlled substances, kidnapping, sex trafficking, and possession of explosives.
What are we doing?
What is this? Taylor Swift just became the female Diddy? I mean, what is currently happening within the realm of the pop stars these days? It's 2025 and anything's possible. I mean, Taylor Swift charged with, it says it right there in the marquee, CNN, Swift charged with possession of weapons and drugs. The Swifties aren't going to be happy about this.
lovers. Authorities recently began investigating Swift's crimes after this anonymous man claimed he had been held captive by Swift as her, quote, sex slave.
I knew it.
Swift is facing 13 counts of criminal weapons trafficking and is currently being held without bail.
Wow, Taylor Swift. I mean, listen, she's gonna need a lawyer. Okay, Taylor Swift is going to need the best lawyer in the land, and I've almost got my chat GPT to where I need it in order to pass the bar for me. So I think it should be me. Taylor Swift, you need to call me. I will represent you in this matter. We know it wasn't you, because listen, here's the game plan, okay? We blame it all on Killer Trav.
What are we doing?
He might be their anonymous source, okay? He might be the reason you're in jail, but we just spin it all back on Killer Trav. And you know what I mean? At the end of the day, no jury in their right minds are ever going to believe an innocent, attractive little pop star such as herself, okay? And what do you think Taylor Swift would have illegal substances on her tour bus? Yes or no? I mean, it's a blatant, this was obviously a setup. It was either Scooter Braun, either Scooter Braun planted all of this on Tay-Tay's tour bus, or Travis Kelce was the mastermind behind it all. Because, I mean, who's the jury going to believe? A pop star such as Taylor Swift, or someone that of the NFL, you know what I mean? A professional football player, especially with the Instagram handle Killer Trav. You know what I mean? Hey, Travis, gotta change it.
What are we doing?
I mean, according to Google, all you gotta do is a quick Google search. NFL players have a history of criminal activity with a significant number of cases and arrests being made for the illegal ownership of explosives and automatic weapons and drugs on the tour bus. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it would be very wise for Taylor Swift to just try her very best to pin all of this on Travis. Now, we know Travis probably can't afford all that. We know that Taylor's making the banks in the relationship. So at the end of the day, you know what I mean? It's going to be pretty hard to spin, but you never know, okay? And I mean, just with everything else Travis Kelce's doing, it's extremely likely that someone with his amount of fame, they got the Kelce Brother podcast, he's got an American Eagle deal, HQ Magazine, the football contract. It's inevitable that someone just like Travis Kelce would eventually get into heavy drugs and the illegal ownership of weapons. And so I think Taylor Swift won't see. She will never see the inside of a cell, okay? She's a strong, independent woman. And I mean, if you think these charges are sticking to Miss Taylor Swift, you've got another thing coming. She's 100% just going to shake it off.
What are we doing?
So we'll see. We'll see what the fate of Taylor Swift. I don't know now if the wedding's on hold. I don't know if it's off completely. I don't know if the tour's still on that she hasn't announced yet. Who knows? This is probably, I would imagine, with the news of Taylor Swift being arrested, probably not looking good for her Super Bowl appearances this year. You know what I mean?
What are we doing?
But it's been another week of news and updates and conspiracy theories and people now getting doxxed, whether it be at a federal, state, or local level. It all trickles down. It's a fun time for everybody. And the assassination of Mr. Charlie Kirk is still kind of a fresh wound for about half of the United States of this country, okay? And so now what's happening is that by direction of the Vice President of the United States, J.D. Vance was just on, I think, the Charlie Kirk show just a few days ago, and he's basically calling upon the American people to, if they see anyone celebrating or posting about the death of Charlie Kirk in any kind of negative or non-positive way, to immediately find out that person's first and last name, place of employment, call their employer, tell them they should be fired, and essentially ruin their lives.
What are we doing?
So when you see someone celebrating Charlie's, call them out. and hell, call their employer. We don't believe in political violence, but we do believe in civility. Get involved, get involved, get involved. It's the best way to honor Charlie's legacy.
And so this is happening at a national level. CEOs are being called out and let go from their companies. People are getting canceled. Their shows left and right. We'll get to it in a second. Don't worry. And so then at the end of the day, that trickleonomics, much like everything else the government does, it starts at the top and then trickles all the way down to people like you and me. I'm getting text messages left and right. I'm getting voice notes. I'm getting my friends are letting me know that the employees that they work with, this is happening to. I don't even know the man's name, but there is a very extreme right Charlie Kirk supporter, 100% voted for Donald Trump both times of a man who lives somewhere in Pennsylvania, somewhere on the East Coast, maybe Maryland, I don't know. But he has like 3 million followers. Homeboy has like 3 million followers on Twitter and a little bit of a following on Instagram and his other social platforms. And essentially, he has been taking the vice president's message and commands to heart. And he has been finding people within Pennsylvania, Maryland, California, and other states that are prominently almost red, but kind of blue, and essentially celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk. So much so that this man has now outed the first and last name, place of employment, and potentially, I don't know if the home address was involved, of a librarian right here in the middle of central Pennsylvania.
What are we doing?
We are bothering librarians in central Pennsylvania by doxing them on Twitter with millions of followers. By the way, I'm pretty sure Elon Musk retweeted it. And at the end of the day, the librarian is in hiding, and the library itself was closed for, I think, upwards of like 24 to 48 hours. This is how sick of a society we have become. Now, it falls on both sides. Did the librarian post a story on her Facebook page celebrating the no longer existence of Charlie Kirk? Yes. Now, was little buddy right in the sense that he should have done that? No. Was she right in the sense that she should have posted the story? Absolutely not. Everybody in this situation is wrong.
What are we doing?
Except for me. And that's why I'm in the middle. And I'm here to delegate, okay? Lil Buddy on Twitter with 2 million followers needs to stop doxing people. And, you know, I mean, if you're core, I understand that at your core and who you are as a person, you know, Charlie Kirk probably said some hateful things in the direction of the exact community in which you directly identify with, okay? And so, but at the end of the day, the story didn't need to be posted, and neither did Mr. Doxer on Twitter, okay? So I don't know how to delegate when both sides are wrong, but hey, let's all just knock it off.
What are we doing?
And I mean, especially talk about people who aren't dealing well with the whole events of the last few weeks in this country. You know what I mean? We've got Commander-in-Chief Zaddy Trumpets. And literally the only thing that Donald Trump can do to kind of, you know, really cope and move on and just really deal with the reality in which he is creating for himself is to just continuously talk about and remind us about this all-new, state-of-the-art, $250 million ballroom that he himself is paying for.
On the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk, may I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks. They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House.
I mean, let's effing go. And then just not only a day or two later, Donald Trump is talking to an Australian reporter, and he has some questions about Donald Trump's wealth and how much that's gone up in the last few months since he's been president.
My wealthier are you now than when you returned to the White House?
Well, I don't know. The deals I made, for the most part, other than what my kids are doing, they're running my business. But most of the deals that I've made were made before. And that's what I've done for a life. I built buildings. Like I'm building a building here. You know where I'm building? You know what? Do you see that area?
Right over here.
That is going to be the greatest ballroom anywhere in the world. And for 150, so it gives me pleasure to do it for the country. And I'm paying for it. The country's not, and that's an expensive ballroom.
But is it appropriate?
I think it'll cost $250 million.
Oh, $250 no problem.
I think the finest ballroom. So for 150 years, John, do you know this?
Did you know this?
They've wanted a ballroom. Yeah. And now they're going to finally have it.
And they're going to have it.
It's going to knock your socks off.
But is it appropriate, President Trump, that a president in office should be engaged in so much business activity?
Well, I'm really not. My kids are running the business.
That's right.
You know what the activity, where are you from?
I'm from the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, Four Corners program.
Well, the Australians, you're hurting Australia, right? In my opinion, you are hurting Australia very much right now. And they want to get along with me. Your leader is coming over to see me very soon. I'm going to tell him about you. You set a very bad tone.
Well,
go ahead.
What are we doing?
Basically, what just happened? Donald Trump was bragging about his $250 million ballroom. And then the reporter was like, do you really think that you should be involved in paying for this and running businesses while maybe, I don't know, you should, maybe be running the country you're in charge of?
What are we doing?
And so now Trump's talking to President Wahoo, I don't know his name, from Australia, and he's going to mention how this is just terrible. So now I'm going to assume at least a 40% tariff on whatever goods, if any, kangaroos, koalas, I don't know. Whatever we get from Australia is going to rise in price by at least 40%, all thanks to this reporter. And I mean, what I really want to happen, I'll be honest with you, what I really wish would happen in this country is that the moment the ballroom is done being constructed, let's just cross our fingers that the ballroom is complete before Donald Trump inevitably passes away. Let's cross our fingers and let's just pray to whatever Trump believes in that the ballroom is finished being constructed and he can bless it and he can have an event there before he inevitably passes on, because he's up there. He's 85?
What are we doing?
He's getting there. He's getting to that age. And so we're almost in the end game now with Zaddy Trumpets. And so, but at the same time, we're praying that the ballroom gets done. And at the exact moment dinner is served at the first event with Donald Trump, he's going to be up at the head table. He's going to be up there with Melania and JD and all of his tech buddies and all of his billionaire friends. Elon will be up at the head table. I want an alien invasion to come down and tear the roof off of Donald Trump's brand new ballroom and zap the entire administration into dust and destroy the brand new ballroom immediately after Trump gets to use it for 20 minutes.
What are we doing?
I want the alien invasion to start 20 minutes after Donald Trump is finally able to sit at the head table of his brand new $250 million ballroom. Yes or yes? Can we make that happen? That would be another hilarious thing to happen in this country. You know what I mean? He's so proud of his ballroom. And so while he's busy talking about his ballroom, he's also busy calling his friends at Sinclair and everyone at ABC and Disney to get none other than Mr. Jimmy Kimmel let go from his current contractual position at ABC as a late night show host. Goodbye, Jimmy Kimmel.
What are we doing?
And so at the end of the day, everyone's like, what the fuck? Why? What did he say? Could it have been so bad? Maybe it's censored, we can't find Jimmy Kimmel. What did he say that could have been so bad? Now, it just said something about Mr. Charlie Kirk and his passing. Now listen to this. This is what Jimmy Kimmel said that may or may not have been. It's up to you. You be the judge. Was it so bad?
He had some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half staff, which got some criticism.
That's all he said.
But on a human level...
That's all he said. So Jimmy Kimmel essentially said that this past weekend, I'm quoting this, I don't know. I stopped paying attention to all the news. Now there's conspiracy theories around the Kirk thing. Candace Owens has her own investigation. Kash Patel has his own investigation while he's not busy being drilled by the courts because he seemingly can't really understand what it is he's supposed to do in his current role. I don't think he knows how to do his job. So that's a whole separate, investigation. And so I'm out of it. I stopped paying attention. I can't do it anymore. Taylor Swift was just arrested, and that's at the top of my mind. And so I guess what Jimmy Kimmel said was that MAGA, quote, Jimmy Kimmel, MAGA spent all weekend attempting to convince us that the person who committed such acts against Charlie Kirk was not one of their own. And so this has been one of the kind of flippy floppy points of the whole situation. Was he left? Was he right? And then when we kind of, I think, found out he was, like, it was kind of a big deal. But, like, at the end of the day, I don't know. I don't care.
What are we doing?
Jimmy Kimmel was let go. It started out as a suspension, and then about just like an hour later, it became a full-blown, show's canceled. You're not going into work tomorrow. Pack it up. Get everyone out. Get your shit. You're done. And so this came raining down from the big boys upstairs, okay? And to fully understand the impact of Jimmy Kimmel's show being pulled off the air, you have to first understand how broadcast television works. Jimmy Kimmel has a staff of about 22 people and hundreds of production folks who work on creating the content, writing the bits, and essentially producing and putting Jimmy Kimmel on every single day. The Jimmy Kimmel Show live, okay? That show is then produced by ABC. ABC then has to go and work with a distributor. You need a distributor in order to get your show on, like, the cables and televisions of everyone in the country. And so ABC has to work with a distributor. In this case, everyone's heard the name so far this week. It's Sinclair Broadcast Company. And to get your show onto television, you need them. So it was Sinclair Broadcast Company, the Sinclair Broadcast Media, that threatened to not distribute any of ABC's programming unless they pulled Jimmy Kimmel's show. So not only Jimmy Kimmel, but they were going to take ABC and all of its 3 other shows off of the air completely.
What are we doing?
If ABC and Disney didn't make the official decision to cancel and get rid of Jimmy altogether themselves. And so this is the picture on the screen. This is the Sinclair Smith family and Julian, the patriarch of the family, who's the pioneers of early broadcast television, okay? These people have been at it forever. It will forever remain with their family. And if they want to get a message out, they certainly can. All they have to do is send one email to a single email address, and then that email goes to every single broadcast network that they own on the planet, which is essentially all of them. And boom, bada bing, you now have to read and display said message on every single television screen because, heck, Daddy said so.
What are we doing?
So the Sinclair Media Company controls about 26% of everything that gets aired on television. They're an open and unapologetic conservative family, and they donate almost exclusively to the Republican Party. Surprise! Go figure!
What are we doing?
And while the oldest of the family, he just passed away at 90 years old, the company still is run by his sons and will continue to be run by the family, so on and so forth, ever since. And so you can see a little bit of transparency here now, how this Jimmy Kimmel thing kind of happened, right? If these people are 100% diehard right Republican donating family, has been and always will be, any negative things to be said against them Boop, let's pull it from the network.
What are we doing?
So basically in a letter on their website, or a blog post basically letting us all know what's going on, they write that they will not lift the suspension of the Jimmy Kimmel Live on their stations until formal discussions are held with ABC regarding the network's commitment to professionalism and accountability. They also want Jimmy to issue a formal apology to the Kirk family and make a meaningful and personal donation to the Kirk family, and make another donation of a financialness to Turning Point USA, Charlie Kirk's company.
What are we doing?
And so basically Jimmy Kimmel said no, he wasn't going to do any of those things, and therefore the cancellation stands. And so they straight up canceled Jimmy Kimmel altogether, and Sinclair intends to not return Jimmy Kimmel Live to the air anytime soon. In addition to ABC, for those of you who don't know, the Sinclair family also controls the distribution of CBS, Fox, the CW, and NBC. Look out, Jimmy Fallon, you're next, bud.
What are we doing?
And because the way the television is set up, they have the right to preempt or refuse to air any show that they want to not air. Sinclair Media also is a huge lobbyist of the government, constantly trying to break down controls and regulations against media monopolies, because they essentially are one, and they have been a very close, very, very close relationship with Donald Trump himself over the last few years, as well as the Trump administration. And so they're pretty much the most powerful media entity on the planet. They're like the BlackRock of TV.
What are we doing?
And so instead of airing Jimmy Kimmel, I think tonight they are planning to air a tribute to Charlie Kirk in that same time slot. And for those of you who are asking, why not just ABC? Why not just find another distributor? Because aside from the Sinclair Group, the only other distributor of TV in this country is Nexstar, and they are just as right-wing, crazy conservative as the Sinclair family.
What are we doing?
So, they're stuck between a rock and a hard place. We've got Jimmy Kimmel canceled. We got the Colbert Show canceled, wrapped up after this season. And the others could be next, okay? Stephen Colbert's still on air. We could yank him at any time. Jimmy Fallon, unfortunately, still on air, and he could be yanked at any given time as well. And I mean, listen, I've never really been a fan of late night, okay? I've watched some viral moments. Some of them are funny. If they have like an interesting guest or like a David Blaine type Penn and Teller character on, I'll certainly watch those clips, but I'm not sitting down at 11 p.m. every night and tuning in to Jimmy Fallon and his pre-written shitty bits.
What are we doing?
Ladies and gentlemen, this episode is brought to you by our friends at Dude Robe. Listen, we've got something for you this week, and that's basically the best deal you can find. It's 20% off.
What are we doing?
And so if you don't have a Dude Robe, you definitely should. It's the men's luxury hooded bathrobe. And don't get it twisted, ladies. You can rock it too. The Dude Robe looks great on you. It looks great on my wife. And it looks great on me. Everyone in my house has one. Get yourself a Dude Robe, okay? It feels incredible. When you put it on, it feels fantastic. It's made with a signature weekend blend fabric trademarked by Dude Robe themselves. You got some non-floppy sleeves, okay? They're going to be real nice and snug, just like your hoodies are. You've got a permanently attached belt, so you're never losing that. You're always tied up. Premium hoodie material on the outside and a comfy and absorbent towel material on the inside. So if you're fresh out the pool, fresh out the shower, fresh out the hot tub, boop, throw on a Dude Robe. You're dry and ready to fly. It's Dude Robe. And to get that 20% off, all you're going to do is hit promo code WAD, W-A-W-D, W-A-W-D at checkout. You're going to get 20% off, whether you're just buying a robe Or if you hit their website and realize, wow, Levi, they don't just have robes, they've got shorts, they've got lounge pants, they've got the slides, they've got everything you need to stay comfy around the house, around the campfire this winter season, everything to make your life better over at Dude Robe. Visit our friends at duderobe.com and start saving today. Whatever you get, whether it's for you, the wife, the whole house, a birthday, an anniversary, get yourself a Dude Robe and use promo code WAWD, that's WAD, at checkout, WAWD at duderobe.com, and you're going to save 20% on us. They want to give you 15. As soon as you go to duderobe.com, big thing's going to pop up. It's going to say 15% off. Don't do it!
What are we doing?
Because why would you, in your right mind, not save 5% more? I fought for that 5%. The CEO was like, Levi, we're only giving you 15. We only do 15.
What are we doing?
And I said, hey, bro, what are we doing? I need 5% more for the WADPod listeners. And he said, fine, you can have it. Here you go. WAWD at checkout, and you'll get 20% off. Not that bogus 15 they're going to give you automatically, 20%, because I love you. And you're a listener of this show, and we don't have many. So that's why we're allowed to give out these exclusive deals. If I was like one of those huge podcasters, if I was one of those Joe Rogan type of podcasters, do you think I'd be able to give my millions of fans 20% off a Dude Robe? No way, they go bankrupt. But because we've got a limited run and a limited supply of codes, we've got promo code WAWD at checkout, and you're guaranteed to get 20% off your entire order. Boom! Back to the show.
What are we doing?
At the end of the day, it's not looking good for late night host. And so naturally, with Jimmy Fallon and Stephen Colbert still on air, they both had reactions to Kimmel. They both handled it in a completely opposite way. Jimmy's, for the first time in his career, was a little bit funnier, but at the end of the day, this is how they responded. Here's Fallon.
Story is that Jimmy Kimmel was suspended by ABC after pressure from the FCC, leaving everyone thinking WTF.
Terrible joke, as always.
This morning, I woke up to 100 text messages from my dad saying, I'm sorry they canceled your show. I go, that's not me.
That's hilarious.
That's Jimmy Kimmel. But to be honest with you all, I don't know what's going on. And no one does. But I do know Jimmy Kimmel. And he's a decent, funny, and loving guy. And I hope he comes
Sure
back.
he is.
Yeah, a lot of people are worried that we won't keep saying what we want to say or that we'll be censored.
That's right.
But I'm going to cover the president's trip to the UK just like I normally would.
Doubt it. There's got to be a bit coming. Come on, Jimmy.
Well, guys, President Trump just wrapped up his 3-day trip to the UK, and he
looked incredibly handsome.
As always, his tie was
exactly the right length.
And his face looked
like a color that exists in nature.
And his hair looked
better than Conrad's from the summer I turned gray.
Come on.
During the trip, protesters managed to project images onto the sides of Windsor Castle of Trump standing next to his good friend, Jeff
Goldblum.
All right.
Even though his administration still insists that he's not in the
Goldblum
files.
The Jeff Goldblum files.
What are we doing?
I mean, hey, it is what it was. A little funny. Colbert's reaction. I mean, his wasn't really even.
We are all Jimmy Kimmel. I still have a show, though, right? Okay, good. Yesterday, after threats from Trump's FCC chair, ABC yanked Kimmel off the air indefinitely. That is blatant censorship. And it always starts small. You know, remember like in week 1 of his presidency, Gulf of America. Call it Gulf of America.
Is that a real
sure, it
thing?
seems harmless,
Like, is it really
but
a
with an
thing, though?
autocrat, you cannot give an inch And if ABC thinks...
It's true.
If ABC thinks that this is going to satisfy the regime, they are woefully naive. And clearly, they've never read the children's book, If You Give a Mouse a Kimmel.
Funnier, funnier than Jimmy Fallon.
Say, I stand with you and your staff 100%. And also, you couldn't let me enjoy this for like 1 week.
Yeah, for some reason they gave Stephen Colbert an Emmy. So, I mean, jokes aside, no more Jimmy Kimmel. I mean, at the end of the day, I turn it to you. You listening? What are your thoughts? What are your opinions? I know the ratings, like Jimmy Kimmel's ratings were down. He only had like 100,000 people watching. And I mean, most podcasts on YouTube, not mine, but most podcasts on YouTube have 100,000 plus after like 24 hours. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's crazy kind of the world we live in. It's crazy to think that, you know, I'm back and forth. I'm on both sides. Like I've said numerous times on this show, I am dead set in the middle. I am no left. I am no right. I don't have a viewpoint either way. But at the end of the day, it's extremely hard to determine whether or not this is a case of your freedom of speech being taken away. Yes. Did he get fired for saying something in a country where we have freedom of speech? 100%. But also at the end of the day, on the complete opposite side of that spectrum, Jimmy Kimmel has a boss. His boss has a boss. His boss has a boss. And that boss reports to a board of directors. And those board of directors are controlled by an entity. And that entity is controlled by another entity and another business and another board. And eventually it works its whole way up to the Sinclair family. And at the end of the day, when you have hundreds of people working on a production and everything else, it's not Jimmy Kimmel saying what Jimmy Kimmel wants to say in the sense that his free speech is being taken away. This is a show. You can't go on NBC and say whatever you want. You can't go on Disney and say whatever you want. You can't go on Fox or any other TV production outlet and just say whatever you want. There's the FCC. There's things in place. There are so many guidelines that you need to follow. And so, you know, to turn it into a tipping point of whether our free speech is going to be taken away, I leave that to you. Let me know in the comments below, and we'll talk about it, because either way, I don't have any overlords. So I say what I want to say, and at the end of the day, we'll end with this. Another just person that might have the right opinion on currently what's happening, even though I think this was recorded probably upwards of a year ago.
Threat to comedy. Comedy doesn't change the world, but it's a bellwether. We're the banana peel in the coal mine. When a society is under threat, comedians are the ones who get sent away first. It's just a reminder to people that democracy is under threat. Authoritarians are the threat to comedy, to art, to music, to thought, to poetry, to progress, to all those things. It's never been, all that is a red herring. It ain't the pronoun police. It's the secret police. It always has been, and it always will be. And this man's decapitated visage is a reminder to all of us that what we have is fragile and precious. And the way to guard against it isn't to change how audiences think. It's to change how leaders lead.
There it is. And
what are we doing?
At the end of the day, there you have it. And just when you thought this country couldn't get any worse, just when you thought that we were going all the way downhill, babes, I mean, groceries are through the roof, prices are through the roof, rent's through the roof. Oh, Levi, they lowered the interest rate of housing by what? 0.25%, so it's 6.7 instead of 7% now.
What are we doing?
What are we talking about? I'm probably wrong on that, but at the end of the day, when you thought it couldn't get any worse, the shootings, the tariffs, groceries, freedom of speech, who needs it? The economy, $14 for 12 cans of soda at the grocery store.
What are we doing?
Just when you thought you had your life together, just when you purchased a mattress and a desk so you could stop sleeping on the floor, man oh day, is it really getting rough to live in this country? Is it really? Can we take any more hits? Can we take anything else? Any more negative listen to this!
Dunkin fans, bad news for you. The next time you go to cash in those reward points, it's going to cost you more. The chain revealed that it'll be making some changes to its loyalty program. Right now, you get 10 points for every $1 you spend, but starting in October, you'll need to spend more to get more.
Everything's going up!
That only cost 250 points will now go for 300 points.
300.
And get this, the complimentary cold brew will skyrocket from 500 points to 900.
From 500.
Not giving it away anymore.
Double the points.
If you're a fan of the bites and bagels, though, some good news. What now goes for 600 points will come down to 500
So they're
points.
shitty bagels. They're shitty bagels. They're lowering by 100 because they're just the shittiest bagels you could ever consume on this planet Earth.
What are we doing?
If you've never been to Long Island, I suggest you go and get a bagel because that shit is terrible. Thank God they're lowering that by 100 because it was a freaking sin. It was a sin for Dunkin' Donuts to charge anything more than 500 points for a damn nasty-ass bagel that they're trying to give you. But doubling in this economy, Dunkin' Donuts has the audacity, the balls, the gigantic South Park in a wheelbarrow balls to take an iced coffee, to make a free iced coffee in this country from 500 points that you spent hours at work sweating to get, to make enough money to buy enough Dunkin' Donuts on your reward score to get enough points just for a free little iced coffee. You now have to work twice as hard.
What are we doing?
The outrage in this country, I'm surprised there are not buildings on fire, riots in the streets, weapons in hand, mask on, let's go, total anarchy, burn down your local Dunkin' Donut. And folks, don't do that. Please don't do that. You didn't hear that from me. You're not doing it. That was a joke. Don't harm your local Dunkin' Donuts. We love Dunkin' Donuts. It's just a bit, dude.
What are we doing?
The company told our friends at Food & Wine that, quote, these updates focus on offering more choices, personalized offers, and maximizing value for our loyal members.
I like your Dunkin' voice.
Also new, points will expire after 12 months. I'm sure people are not happy.
To put the icing on the cake. To put the icing on the cake, I'm over here banking up. I'm over here stacking my points, and now Dunk Dunks is like, hey, that stack gotta go by the end of the year.
What are we doing?
Wow, dude. I mean, talk about a risky and ballsy move from Dunkin' Donuts. Hey, where's the Cracker Barrel Army? Where is the Cracker Barrel Army? I need every single person who tweeted something nasty about Cracker Barrel 3 weeks ago to shift their energy and straight focus to none other than Dunkin' Donuts. If we can get Cracker Barrel to not only revert back to their old busted up nasty ass of a logo, it's now back to what it was, and also cancel their $700 million renovation of every Cracker Barrel in the United States. They're staying the same.
What are we doing?
If we can force the CEO who told us, trust us, this is good for the company, and we said, no. We don't even work for Cracker Barrel, let alone have a CEO position, let alone run it like you, but we know more, and we know what's best for your brand. You should have listened.
What are we doing?
I need all of that energy to now be focused on Dunkin' Donuts, yes or yes. I need the armies, I need the Facebook posts, I need the tweets, I need the YouTube videos, I need the breakdowns, I need the Hassan Pikers, I need the Philip DeFrancos, I need the YouTubers of the world to unite and start calling out Dunkin' Donuts. We need to revert the points back.
What are we doing?
Hashtag back to point. Back up the points. I don't know what the hashtag's going to be, but we need to have a full-blown strategic digital attack on Dunkin' Donuts the same way we did Cracker Barrel.
What are we doing?
If you do not, as DJ Daddy Donuts, I need you to hear me right here and now. We will not stand for this. We will not be converting any more points, ladies and gentlemen. Hold your reins. Hold them tight. You don't need the free iced coffee because in just a few weeks, we are going to get Dunkin' Donuts to take us back to the cheaper point system. It has to be done. It must be done. Cracker Barrel Army, it's your turn. Let's go.
What are we doing?
Listen, we've got another trailer for the Now You See Me 3 movie, and I haven't seen it yet. I don't want to see it, but I want to watch it with you. We're going to react to it live right now. Where is it? Do we have it pulled up? It's the Now You See Me 3 trailer, officially titled Now You See Me, Now You Don't. I'll say it once. I'll say it again. They should have called it Now You 3 Me.
What are we doing?
Idiots. Here it is. This is the new trailer. It's been out for like 2 days. It's already got like 2 million views. Holy hell.
You guys used to be the Horsemen.
Why did you break up?
We made some huge mistakes. We got sloppy, cocky.
Sorry, guys, that's really a bummer.
A bummer? I love the way your generation sums things up so eloquently.
What's up? I hear you talking. According to that card, for some reason, I need you.
Charlie, June, and Bozo.
So far, we're teaming up with new magicians, okay?
Magician name into ChatGPT?
Oh, that's actually my real name.
What did you just say?
Bosco Leroy.
What did you type fictional magician name into ChatGPT?
Oh, that's actually my real name.
What are we doing?
Any movie within the next 5 years that mentions ChatGPT, automatic downgrade. Whatever the point was or whatever the grade system is, automatically dock it 1. If it was an A, it's an automatic B. If you mention ChatGPT, talk about the cringiest, most like, we got to make it relevant to real life. What's everyone doing nowadays? ChatGPT? Ew. Gross. I don't want to know that because, okay, if ChatGPT exists in this movie, that means because it exists in our world that they're trying to claim that all of this is actually going on and happening, yes or yes. Isn't that how it works? Like you know, we see a Buzz Lightyear in Finding Nemo. You see characters in other movies. That means they exist within the universe. And so, talking about ChatGPT, dude, gross.
What are we doing?
That's actually my real name, Atlas. Would your mom have sex with a map?
Dumb joke.
That's not funny.
2 generations of magicians brought together for a reason.
Upside down room. Cool.
Cool? Is nothing impressive to you? The Vanderburg Corporation launders money.
What?
For arms dealers, traffickers, warlords. She makes all the world's worst criminals possible. She doesn't just launder money, she kills people.
You're now entering the Fast and Furiousification of the Now You See Me franchise.
What are we doing?
Oh my God. The second half of the movie is a heist. The second half of the Now You See Me 3 movie is going to be a heist where they stop the Vanderbilt family from selling drugs and guns to criminals. Meanwhile, they own the world's most expensive diamond, right?
People. This is a chance to make a real difference.
The Vanderburg family does not lose.
What's the trick?
Oh my God, what's the trick?
A wise man once told me, in the mirror, in fact, never assume you're the smartest person in the room.
Oh no.
Prove it. Diamonds are forever.
I think it's very.
This is gonna be fun.
That's right. Let's see some magic.
The closer they look, the less they'll actually see. So carry on, my horseman.
You got this, Jack?
Wait, don't you mean June? Come on, this isn't fair. I've been picking locks since before she was born. When does he start the lock picking? Don't rush me. He's got it.
Mind if I just, lead the way?
I think he loosened it for her, ultimately.
Now You See Me, Now You Don't, starring Jesse Eisenberg, Woody Harrelson, Dave Franco, Isla Fisher, Justice Smith, Dominic Sessa, Ariana Greenblatt, Rosamund Pike, and Morgan Freeman. Shut it down!
What are we doing?
But I mean, this is, it's obvious, right? This is obviously where we're going. Fast and Furious is ending. We've got like Fast 13 coming out next year. They're going back to LA to tribute to Brian O'Connor. And what better way to pick up the non-police trained people to solve crimes and bring down the world's biggest criminals than street racers other than magicians?
What are we doing?
I mean, it doesn't get better. So I think at the end of the day, this is where they are picking up where Fast and Furious will inevitably leave off, and that we are going to get 12 more of these.
What are we doing?
We are going to get 12 more of these. Now You See Me, let's use camera magic and call it magic and illusions to do whatever we want in the movie, and then just come up with some mediocre third-rate story where we take down a criminal organization and save the government and actual police hundreds of thousands of dollars and time. And in the meantime, they're not police, so they're going to take the diamond, and that's how they're going to fund their next thing. Like, they're not just doing this out of the goodness of their hearts. There's obviously something there. It's a twist at the end or whatever, and it's just going to become them heisting fun things throughout the world using card tricks.
What are we doing?
It's great. We're going from cars to cards. No more cars. No more Fast and Furious. Add a D to it, and we got cards, baby girl. We're flicking, and we're cutting, and we're doing card tricks the whole movie, and that's how we're going to steal the diamond. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, it looks so bad. I cannot wait. I don't think I made it through the second one. I might have. No. I didn't even make it through the second Now You See Me movie, and I don't even know if this straight to Peacock abomination that it inevitably will be is going to sway me to watch this one in full. I don't know. We'll talk to Megs about it. It's Now You Three Me, right? So last but not, I gotta get out of here. Last but not least, more changes are coming to X or Twitter. Are we done calling it Twitter, dude?
What are we doing?
Are we done calling it Twitter? I don't think I've heard anyone call it Twitter. I've kind of just called it X now. It's been long enough. Elon's destroyed it. It's not even Twitter anymore. You don't even tweet, you post. It's like, just call it X, right? Because that's essentially what it is. It never will be Twitter again, and it hasn't been Twitter for a long time. So X is changing things up, of course, because why would Elon Musk just let it be the way it is for more than 5 minutes, right? So here's what's happening to Twitter according to Elon Musk. He just posted this. Listen to this. The algorithm will be purely AI by November, with significant process along the way happening right now. And by December, the AI-driven algorithm will not only be fully in place on your timeline, but it will also be open source. They will open source all of the changes and updates that they make on said AI algorithm, because it's a never-evolving technology. You know what I mean, bro? And so by November, certainly December, you will then, due to this AI algorithm, be able to adjust your feed dynamically just by asking Grok. And Grok is Elon's ChatGPT. For those of you who don't know, Elon and Sam Altman, they were in bed together for a while. They were supposed to be the heads that were ChatGPT and OpenAI. But Elon wanted to do one thing and Sam Altman wanted to do another, much like pretty much all of Elon Musk's business ventures throughout the years, at PayPal and everything else.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
So it didn't work out. So Sam Altman went off and made OpenAI and ChatGPT. And now, of course, with his money and power at Twitter, he has integrated, X, he has integrated Grok, his own AI agent, into the whole thing. And so by December, you will be able to use Grok to dynamically adjust and change your Twitter feed just by asking. So basically, all you have to do come December is go to Grok, go to the feed editor, and type in Grok, make my algorithm nothing but big booty baddies with gigantus fucking jubes with only free OnlyFans accounts. Yes or yes. Thank you.
What are we doing?
I want my Twitter feed to be nothing but big booby baddies with free OnlyFans. You know what I mean? Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Levi McCurdy, and this has been another episode of the What Are We Doing podcast. I hope you all have a great week. I hope you all have a great weekend, and I hope you all stay positive, no matter what, with all the negativity and the shit and all the noise. Do your best to block it out this week. Take a deep breath and try to have a great day. Put a smile on your face, make it happen, and just ignore the rest, dude, okay? If you haven't done so already, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit me with a comment. Put a comment down below because comments drive the algorithm. If you don't know, now you do. Comment. Leave me a comment down below if you haven't done so already. This has been episode 206 of the What Are We Doing podcast. I'll see you guys next week for 207. It's going to be a doozy. Until next time, peace out, everybody.
What are we doing?